Let us learn one more thing about variables, that is giving variable names. Like we have already seen in previous lectures, we were storing the value 25 in variable x. So this is nothing but a variable and the name is x, right? So you can use any variable name, but you must follow some rules. So here I have the list of rules. I'll explain these rules in this lecture. Now first and the foremost thing is how we should decide or how we should give the variable names. You can take variable name as anything like a assigned 10 or b assigned 12.5 or c assigned John. You can give any name. Here the variable name is a, b and c. But it is suggested that the variable names that you are giving, that should define the value. What is the type of value they are holding? So it will be readable. So it will be easy for you to write and read your program. So if you're writing lengthy programs, then you may be using a lot of variables and the variables names are descriptive, then it will be easy to handle them, easy for you to remember them. So like this, suppose this 10 is nothing but the roll number of a student, then you should give the real name of a variable as roll number as 10. Now suppose this is a price of some item, then you should give the variable name as price as 12.5. So better use the variable which is defining the value. So the name should be descriptive. Suppose this is the name of a customer, so you can give the variable name as cust underscore name as John. This is underscore. Hope you are familiar with this one. This is same as minus or hyphen. Hyphen comes in the between, but underscore comes at the bottom, baseline. You have to hold shift for pressing this underscore on the keyboard. Shift key and press hyphen, it will give underscore. Okay, so cust underscore name. So instead of customer, I have taken a short form of customer and the name. Cust underscore name. So these are two words. I have separated them by using underscore. So like this, you can give variable names. Though the name is a little lengthy, but it is giving clear meaning what the type of value it is holding. This shows that this John is nothing but the name of a customer, right? Now let us look at the rules. So the first and the foremost thing is the name of a variable can contain alphanumeric, means alphabets, as well as numeric values, right? And it can also contain underscore. So I have shown underscore here. This is underscore. So what does it mean? The first rule says that variable name can contain alphabets and numbers. So it means, can I have a variable name like x1? Yes, you can have a variable name like x1. X is an alphabet and 1 is a number. So you can mix alphabets and numbers for defining variable name. So can I give the variable name as price 1? Or can I give the variable name as address 1? Yes, you can give variable name like this, address 1, right? So you can use numbers in the variable names. So you can use alphabets as well as numbers. Then can I say like this, address space then 1? No, spaces are not allowed. Space is a special character. Space is also a character. Remember this, it's a special character. So you cannot use any special character. Can I write like this, address then $1? Can I write like this? Can I write like this, address -1? No. Dollar symbol and hyphen symbols are not allowed. Only which symbol is allowed? I can use address _1. So if you are using any special character, only underscore is allowed, right? No other special characters are allowed. So once again I repeat, a variable name can contain alphabets, numbers, no special characters are allowed except underscore. Now the second rule, name of a variable should start with a letter or underscore. Means the name of a variable can contain alphabets, right, or numbers as well as underscore, right? But here the second rule says that it should not start with number. That is the meaning. It should start with a letter or underscore. So it means you can have the variable name like x1, but you cannot have the variable name like 1x. You can say x1 assigned 10, but 1x assigned 10 is invalid. This is not a valid variable name. So here I write x1 is allowed. Underscore x is also allowed, but 1x is not allowed, right? So if you see these three variable names, I'm using just x and 1, two things. So x, then 1. So first letter is alphabet, allowed. Then underscore x, first letter is underscore, so it's allowed. And if you're writing 1, then that is a number, it is not allowed. That's it. So the variable name should start with a letter or underscore. It means it should not start with a number. It should not start with a number. Now, next thing. What is the next rule? Keywords should not be used. What is this keywords? I'll explain. I will remove this and explain. See, in a Python program, we use words. Right? Like we have used a word that is called as price. 12.5. This is a word, right? We may be using some word at some place later on, like we'll be using a word like while. We will be using a word like if. We may be using a word like pass. And we have used a word like roll number. So in Python, we use the words or some symbols or some numbers, right? So program will contain the words or numbers or other symbols, right? So the words can be categorized into two. One is identifiers. Second thing is keywords. Identifiers are the words that are given by the programmer. Why they are called as identifiers? Because they are used for identifying something that is defined by the programmer, like identifying a value. So it means this is a variable name. Yes, variable names are the identifiers. Yes. So the name, any name given by the programmer in the program is a identifier. So just I'll tell you a little bit more, though not in detail. You will learn it later. A variable name is an identifier. Function name is also an identifier. Class name is also an identifier. Module name is also an identifier. Now, what is function, module, all these things you don't know. Don't worry. We know about a variable. So variable name is an identifier. That's enough. So in short, whatever the word used by a programmer, defined by a programmer, is called as an identifier. Now, there are some words that are predefined inside the language. Those words are called as keywords, or also they are called as reserved words. Reserved words. They are called as keywords or reserved words. So you should not use those words as identifiers, means as variable names. Yes, this third rule says that keywords should not be used as variable names. Yes. So what are keywords? Predefined words in the compiler in the language. So can I get some example? Yes, yeah, here. While is one example, if is an example, pass is an example. So you should be careful. So I'll show you all the other keywords so that you are careful and you don't use them as variable names. These are all the keywords that are available in Python. So these are predefined words in Python that should not be used as identifiers or variable names. Don't worry, you don't have to remember all of these. Just pause the lecture and just read all of them once. That is enough. You don't have to by heart them, because as you go on using them, you will get familiar with them. Alright, so now let us move to the next rule, and the last rule is variables are case sensitive. Yes, so it means if you have a variable name like a with value 10 and another variable name as a with value 10, then these two variables are different. They are not same. The variables are different because the cases are different. This is in lowercase and this is in uppercase. So it means if I have a variable like roll number, value 15, and one more capital R, so just one letter is different. Whether these two variables are same or different, they are different. They are not same. See, instead of value 15, if I take the value 17. Then this variable is having value 15. There is one more variable with roll number and value 17 is there. Because the just first letter is different, the case is different, so the variables are different. Alright. So if any letter is in different case, then the variables are two different variables. They are not same variables. Now let us have a quick demo on the things that we have learned. So I'll go to IDLE. I'll give the variable name as price 12.25. So variable is declared, right? I'll give the variable name as price space of space item as 12.25. Syntax error, because in the variable name I am giving spaces. Spaces are not allowed. Okay, I will try some other special character. Price hyphen item is 12.5. Still it's an error. Cannot assign to operator. See, it is assuming that this hyphen is a minus symbol. It is thinking that it's a minus. So error message is different. Cannot assign to operator. Okay, price dollar and item 12. Again invalid syntax. So you can see that I cannot use special characters, but I can write underscore here 0.25. Yes, it's allowed. There is no error, means it is allowed. So it's working. So I can use special characters, and I can say price 1 as 11 and price 2 as 13. These are two different variables, right? I can use numbers. Can I say x1 assign 10? Yes. Can I say 1x assign 10? No, it is invalid syntax. So the variable name should not start with a number. Can I start a variable name with a underscore? Yes, it is allowed. The next thing is, can I use keywords as a variable name while assign 10? Oh, you can observe here that this word while has turned into orange color. So it means it is different. Yes, because it is turning into orange color because it's a keyword. It's a reserve word. So this clearly indicates that I should not use this one. Let me try. Invalid syntax. Like I told you that you don't have to remember all the keywords. So you can slowly learn about them, get familiar with them. So here the IDE is helping you by changing its color. Now let's try one more thing. I'll give a variable name as A and value 20, capital A as 21. So if I print A, I got a value 20. If I print capital A, then I got a value 21. So it means lowercase a and uppercase a are different variables. That's it. This was the demonstration for the things that we have learned. So just try to check by yourself. Okay, try these things out by yourself so that you get more familiar with this. That's all in this lecture.